news supporter for today. Our segment for today comes Hanau, Germany, on 19th February 2020. 9 people were shot dead in a shisha bar in Hanau, Germany by a 43-year-old man. Our reporter Aisha will explain more about the situation.
Thank you, Iksan. Correct. 9 people were found dead in 2 shisha bars in Hanau, Germany, on 19th of February 2020, Wednesday night. Racism was believed to be the main cause of the shooting, as a result of the 7 Turkish guys that died that night at the shisha bar. The federal prosecutors are treating this case as terrorism.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
I'm Zara Failida, and I'm working on this project. We're talking about gun violence. So, am I speaking with Mr. Habib?
Yes, I'm speaking.
Yes. How are you today?
I'm good, and how are you too?
I'm good too. Thank you for asking. So, we have a few questions to ask, and I'm sure it won't take up too much time because we're very aware that you're busy at the moment. So, may I start?
Yes, please.
Okay, so what is your opinion about other countries legalizing guns freely?
Gun. So this is about gun regulation.
Yes.
Well, if we look at to the case of gun regulation, the most obvious example is the United States. The United States, they have the regulation particularly on allowing people to own guns and other weapons because of the history. They have their own history that federal government allow people to protect themselves from other threats by a chance to own or to having guns. Right?
Yes.
But now at the modern era, the issue of having gun is not anymore about the owning a gun or weapon, but in the U.S. it's more on the rights or the legal rights of their own people to have gun. So the discussions between the legal rights and also the misuse of the gun. In my opinion, in the case of Indonesia, of course, everything about the gun has to be regulated, and particularly the government agencies has to be the only one, the only entity that has a right to own guns. Why? Because if we allow people, ordinary people, civilians, to own, to use guns, so there will be a very difficult control on how they use it. On how they use it, on how we can track the use and wherever they want to use, it's really, really hard to control. So in my opinion, I don't agree that Indonesia, for example, allow people, ordinary people and civilians to own guns. That's my question, my answer.
Okay. So, from what I read, so one of the most common places that shootings usually happen is at school. So, why do you think it commonly happens at school? Because people who actually do the shootings are people at a very young age.
Yeah, that also goes to the case of the United States. This is not happened in other countries such as Indonesia or even at the other Western developed countries. In the U.S., why the shooting cases mostly occurred in the school? From what I read from many resources, it's originated from the root cause of the using of gun. First, on the right to own the gun. We know that there is no control on that. The second one, why kids, students own gun and using it for shooting in the school? Because most of the cases it started from bullying. In the U.S., if we read from the many articles, they said that students that shoot their own friends or teachers, they use it for the expressions of being bullied. So they reject the act of bullied by killing friends, teachers, and others.
Oh, okay. So, like, since we're talking about gun violence right now, like, how does this affect the whole world right now?
The whole world, well, I don't have any data on whole world, but the issue of gun using is mostly in the U.S. At the other country, their regulation is quite good, so we don't find any strong cases where the people have a very objection to the regulation that civilian can have guns or weapons.
Oh, okay. One of the certain articles that we're talking about is there's this shooting that killed 9 people in Germany, and racism was believed to be one of the reasons for this incident to happen. So, how much is racism affecting our daily life right now?
Racism and guns. Wow. Well, that most likely goes to the crimes rather than anything related to the racism. Of course, in the U.S., most of the let's say the grassroots peoples are people with colors, and they have a very difficult situation sometimes with economic condition. Then they try to manage their life by doing some crimes, and using guns, to do the crimes. But again, if we look at to the racism, and weapon using, I don't find any study on that. But of course, it's a good question as well, because we need to look at really on the relation between gun and racism.
Okay, so our last question is that so with all these conditions happening around us, so how can us teenagers prevent or avoid this from happening? So
first of all, try to develop a habit of peace, and of course avoid a habit of hate and also crime. It's better to have a good surrounding, a good environment with peace, friendly, and also not to allow any use of violence, including using weapons in your circumstances. That's my suggestion.
okay, thank you so much for your time. I think
You are most welcome.
that's all the questions that we're gonna ask with the people.
Yeah.
Have a great day. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Back again in this video. After that tragedy happens, are guns still legalized? After that, we're gonna know what is really happening after that. After that shooting happened, the suspect left the video on in the website. His apartment was blocked out, and the police say there are no indicators in the perpetrator were involved. The suspect legal gun to kill the victim. After the shooter was found, the suspect was found dead. After the shooting, 9 killed 9 people in Germany. Germany Association Islamic say the The suspect was Muslim. In the brief statement, the German Chancellor, Mr. Angela Merkel, also vowed to do everything possible to clarify the background to the attack, saying there are many indicators at the moment that the perpetrator acted right-wing extremists, racist movies, out of their hatred toward people of other origins, religion, and appearance. Gun laws in the Germany are among the most tightest in the world, and where the tightness featured in the recent years after the mass shootings. The guns are still legal, but someone using for really bad things and very wrong things.
Hello, my name is Viera. I will sum up the information that was delivered by my friends earlier. Aisha informed 9 people were found dead in 2 shisha bars in Hanau, Germany. Zara interviewed Mr. Habib as the Director of Human Rights in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and at last my friends Gading is discussing the legalization of weapons. Let's hope that it will not happen again. Well, that's all the news today. Don't forget to check out the website for all the rest of the day's story. Wassalamualaikum.